talk about Hamlet today, we tend to characterize it as a very modern feeling play. But in Shakespeare's day, they talked about it quite differently because it draws on a number of theatrical devices that were outdated even when Shakespeare was using them. But in a way, this backward orientation is apt because Hamlet's a revenge play, and revenge plays are really old. Yet Shakespeare kind of makes a mess of it in this play. Well, a handful of Shakespeare scholars have suggested that Hamlet is good precisely because it bungles the revenge bits. In their reading, what makes this play so powerful is the way it excites our desires for revenge at the same time that it critiques those very desires. It gives us what we want, the wild justice of revenge, while simultaneously prompting us to see that this might not be the best thing to desire. If Hamlet, our unstable hero, teaches us anything, it might be that the line between madness and revenge is quite thin. Perhaps the upshot of all this anticness is that revenge is a kind of insanity itself.
Shakespeare's text is the frequent subject of many scholars, artists, and students' critiques, focusing on many themes and ideas presented in the play. One of these subjects is gender, which is inevitably related and linked to power. Shakespeare structures Hamlet's relationships with Gertrude and Ophelia in part in order to bolster the title character's status and power in a patriarchal culture, while hindering these female characters' abilities to function as autonomous individuals. But Ophelia has a dramaturgical function that extends beyond the spectacle of a tragic female character. Shakespeare deploys Ophelia as the mirror opposite of Hamlet. If she is undone, by contrast, Hamlet appears sane and in total control of, as Dr. Lenhoff says, his performance of insanity.
Every single flower Ophelia touches or interacts with in this play means something about her, about the character, and about the plot. She is telling her truth, and through the flowers, often I think modern audiences miss it because Shakespeare expected everyone to know what it meant. But Ophelia gives us more about the honest perceptions of the character than almost anyone else but Hamlet in 5 minutes on stage, in her death and in her insanity and in her complete and utter loss of agency. And there's something particularly compelling about a woman who's lost everything being able to reflect the most on the entire situation and how far gone it has been.
Existence has been a question that humans, since their conception, have asked. And Hamlet, in particular, gets to this question in one very simple and very famous line, I think, of to be or not to be. Hamlet talks about the paragon of animals. Essentially, this idea of an animal that is so much greater on the chain than everyone else that there's a significance, there's an importance. And then, at the same time, Hamlet compares this to a quintessence of dust, quintessence being the exact, almost finest essence of it.